Welcome back. Let's dive right into today's explainer. We're going to take everything you've learned so far and, well, finally make it truly practical.
Look, you've already mastered the basics, right? You know how to say hello, you know your numbers, you can even talk about your family and your job. But today we're bridging the gap. We are figuring out how to actually make plans and schedule your day in Chinese. This is literally where your language skills leap off the page and into the real world.
We're going to build this up step by step. First up, essential time vocabulary. Then mastering the clock. After that, we'll hit the golden rules of grammar, do some real-life conversation practice, and finally, test your new skills.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, Essential Time Vocabulary. We're basically building your Chinese time-telling toolkit here.
Take a look at these core words. Words like 现在 for now and 今天 for today are the absolute essential pieces you're going to use to construct literally any schedule. And notice how logically the day is broken down, right? You've got 早上 and 上午 for the morning, 中午 for noon, 下午 for the afternoon, and 晚上 for the evening. Really lock these in. These words are your new best friends.
Now, what's really fascinating here is how the characters themselves actually tell a visual story to help you memorize them. Take the character Xian for now. It combines the radical for jade on the left and the character to see on the right. I just love this. It beautifully illustrates that now is about seeing things clearly, right in front of you, like a precious piece of jade.
And then we have the second half of that word, zai, which simply means at or existing. Visually, it's just a horizontal line with a vertical line going straight through it, capped off with a little stroke on top. So when you combine shan and zai, you literally get existing right now in front of you. Pretty cool, right?
Okay, before we move on, there's a crucial pronunciation trap we absolutely need to dodge. 现在 uses two sharp, falling fourth tones. Try saying it out loud with a sharp downward emphasis. 现在. And listen to me. Whatever you do, do not use a rising tone on that first syllable. It's such a common mistake, but a rising tone makes it sound like a completely different word. So keep it sharp and falling. 现在.
Finally, let's look at dian for o'clock. Notice those four little fire dots at the bottom? They perfectly mimic the dots on a clock face. The character originally meant dot or small spot, which honestly makes perfect sense when you're pointing out a specific spot or dot on the clock to tell the time.
So, now that we have our blocks, let's assemble them in Section 2, Mastering the Clock. We're snapping the pieces together into formulas. Telling time in Chinese is just this brilliantly simple modular formula. You really just follow the steps. Start with 现在 for now, add your hour number, say dian, and then, if needed, tack on the minute number and fen. It is pure, straightforward logic.
In practice, it's just plugging in the numbers. Like 3 o'clock is just 现在3点, now 3 o'clock. For 8:25, we follow the formula all the way through. 现在8点25分, and for 4:30, we easily swap out the exact minutes for bun, meaning half, to get 现在4点半. It's like building with Legos.
Moving right along to Section 3, Golden Rules of Grammar, specifically the crucial placement of time words. Let's tackle the grammar that actually connects our time blocks to our daily actions.
Okay, stop right there and pay close attention because this is a classic trap for English speakers. In English, we constantly throw time words at the end of the sentence, like I work today. But in Chinese, time words never go at the end of a sentence. Never. They absolutely must go at the beginning of the sentence, like 今天我工作, or right before the verb, like 我今天工作. Both of those options are perfectly correct, just keep that time word away from the end.
Now, to make these schedules work, we also need an action word. Let's use the verb 去, meaning to go. The structure is incredibly simple here too. Subject plus 去plus place. This lets us say we're going to places like 学校 for school, 医院 for the hospital, or 商店 for the shop or store.
Let's see all of this in motion in Section 4, Real-Life Conversation Practice. Let's put everything we've learned to the test and see how it builds into a fully functional machine.
你好，现在几点? Hello, what time is it now? Or, literally translated, now how many o'clock?
And person B seamlessly replies that it's 8:30 using the exact modular structure we just learned. 现在8点半. Now 8 o'clock, half. Boom.
Easy.
Now person A asks where they are going. 你今天去哪儿? Notice the brilliant grammar in person B's response. Person B places the time words 今天, meaning today, and 下午, meaning afternoon, right at the front of their sentences to explain they are going to school and the hospital. 今天我去学校,下午我去医院.
The pattern continues perfectly for tomorrow's plans. Person A asks, 你明天去哪儿? Person B replies by putting 明天 right up front to explain they are heading to Beijing tomorrow because their older brother works there. The structure is just incredibly consistent and reliable.
You are doing fantastic. We've covered a lot of ground, so let's head into our final section. Test your new skills. It's time to prove your mastery.
Let's piece this together. Translating what time is it now, it's 5:15, results in 现在几点?现在五点15分. And for that next challenge, to say it's 8:30, you just plug the number 8, ba, right into the blank space. You've totally got this.
But before we wrap up today, I have one final, kind of tricky question to test your logic. Think about the numbers you learned in previous lessons. How do you say 2 o'clock in Chinese? Take a second.
I bet you probably guessed 2点, right? Using the standard number 2. But stop right there. 2 o'clock actually uses a totally different word, 2点. We literally do not use R for 2 o'clock. So why do we suddenly break the rules for the number 2? Well, if you want to uncover the mystery of why this happens and learn how to talk about your daily activities using verbs like seeing, listening, and speaking, you're going to have to join me in our next explainer. Keep practicing those time formulas, and I'll catch you then.